Was it add like 6 inches to your height?
Well, this one, this one's probably, that's about 6 inches. So, yeah. You're thinking about making a move to Tulsa and you're thinking, what are some of the things to do here? So on this channel, I share a lot of that, but I thought today I would get with Randi Wright with Cityscape Home Mortgage because you've lived here a long time and you've even lived in California for a while too. So we're both approved with the Tulsa Remote Program, which is an amazing option for people if you can work remotely and you want to move to maybe a more cost-effective situation. They'll actually pay you $10,000 to move here. So if you want to know more about that program, I'll put a link somewhere to the video about that explains the whole process. But a lot of people in that program actually from all 50 states, but primarily from Texas and California. So I thought from you being from California, you could probably have a little bit more insight even than I do because I'm from Texas, but I would get a different perspective.
Yeah, I think most people that are moving here from California are coming here for several reasons. One is it's very crowded in California. Oh, yeah. And so when you move to Tulsa, the traffic here, even though Tulsa natives may think the traffic is terrible, it's nothing compared to Los Angeles or San Francisco or some of the more congested areas of California. So the traffic is definitely a plus when you move someplace like Tulsa. The other thing is housing affordability. It's so much more affordable in Tulsa than it is in California. So that is a big draw. Yeah.
I mean, I was just meeting with someone, she just moved here from California. She's renting right now, but she wants to buy a house. And the prices are just, she was amazed watching the channel and seeing all the things that there is to do in Tulsa. Because even myself, I'm guilty. Before I lived here, I thought it was just, cowboys and tumbleweeds, like Tulsa. But there is so much to do here. I mean, right now we're actually at your office, but we're sitting across the street from the Mother Road Market, which is just this melting pot of different cultural foods. And they have the takeover kitchen where local restaurants and budding chefs can try their recipes and test them out before maybe they decide to go and open their business. And that's just one example of really cool, unique things that I think make Tulsa special.
Yeah, Tulsa has a lot of special things like that. We have a very active arts community, very active music community. There's a lot of stuff to do here besides just go out to eat. And we have amazing parks. I mean, not a lot of cities have the bike trails that we have.
Oh, yeah.
So cool.
Extensive.
Yeah, extensive. So it's a really great place to work. The weather is pretty mild. I mean, we do have, little stints of storms and some cold weather in the winter. But for the most part, spring, summer, and fall are very nice here. And you can be an active person outside. We have a lot of lakes that are close by. It's really a great place to live.
As far as outside, there's like Turkey Mountain. So I wouldn't really consider it a mountain, but it is definitely
hiking trails,
good hiking trail. And great in the fall to see the colors changing. But like you said, a lot of lakes. The Gathering Place is a really great spot. If you're just visiting and you're kind of getting a feel for the area, definitely go there. So many things to do and bike trails too.
Yes. But also I'd say the number one thing about Tulsa that I love is how friendly the people are. This is a very friendly place to live.
Yeah. I would say really no matter what your background is and even political wise, there's a little bit of mix of everything here. I mean, obviously Oklahoma is a red state, but yet you do still have a mix of different views and all of that stuff happening. So I think that is a really important thing. I think some people think, especially if you are coming from California, oh my gosh, am I going to be welcome in a southern state? But really, once you get here and you see the people and you see all of the arts community and all the community outreach events and the different just places to get plugged in, there's really something for everybody here.
Absolutely. Tulsa's a great place.
It is. It is. So what are some of the other fun spots that you like? I know I post a lot of things, but what are some of your favorites?
I love the history of Tulsa. There's so many interesting things. We have a whole Art Deco district. There's a lot of really fascinating history with the oil boom that occurred here in the 20s. There's a lot of interesting Native American history. There is so much cool stuff. As you know, I teach classes on those things to realtors from time to time. So I love diving into that and finding out the history of some of our suburbs, like what was there before there were towns there. There's a lot of neat stuff to learn.
It is really cool. And on the Art Deco side too, there's you can go online and register for the Tulsa Tunnel Tours if you're ever just touring town, or if you live here and you've never done it, you should definitely do it, because wealth of history in that to learn how it all came to be. And there are actually tunnels under the town.
That's true.
For various purposes.
Yes. Yeah. I think they were originally there because, back in the oil boom days, some of those people like Frank Phillips and Wade Phillips were afraid of being kidnapped.
Right.
And so it held for ransom because they were very, very wealthy. And so they built tunnels connecting the office buildings to each other downtown.
Right.
And also to stay out of the weather and that kind of thing. But pretty cool history.
Really cool stuff. Yeah. And then the Art Deco, like we have the Methodist church that is like world renowned. People come just to see the architecture.
Yes.
Tulsa, I think I don't know if you told me that, but we won awards for some of our architecture things.
Yeah.
So
it's the Bruce Golf, first Methodist church downtown is the big Art Deco one, and that people come from all over the world to see that.
I mean, there's even some like Frank Lloyd Wright houses around, like a lot of his influence. There's even like West Hope is for sale right now, and that's one of his houses.
Yeah.
So really great place for architecture and stuff. Right now, we're kind of in the between Midtown and downtown area. So you have the Guthrie Green here, which is an outdoor amphitheater. So they have a lot of events that happen. There's like the art crawl that happens.
And there's Summer's Fifth Night or something, that all the outdoor music festivals that we have. It's a lot of good stuff.
So much stuff. I mean, the Cain's Ballroom has a lot of events. We also have the BOK Center here. So they have all the big, like Pink's been there, Lady Gaga's been there, a lot of country music stars, pretty much everybody that's famous has been there.
I remember a time back in the 80s, a lot of the bigger bands wouldn't come to Tulsa because we didn't have an arena for that.
Right.
And when the BOK Center went in, that's when we started getting some of the bigger, groups coming through, and it's really changed Tulsa.
It's pretty great. I mean, as far as like I don't want to call it a tourist town, but yet it is sort of becoming that. There's so much to see here. I will say Tulsa is maybe a little bit more spread out than, say, your more metropolitan cities. So it's not necessarily walkable. So if you do live here, I would recommend you have a car. Because
one thing that is really noticeable about Tulsa is that people have yards. I mean, a lot of times when you go to a bigger city, you'll notice the yards are very small if they have yards at all. Yeah. And so that is kind of a cool thing, is if you're somebody who wants land, it's still available here.
Right.
You can get a house with land.
Yeah. That was even on one of the Tulsa Remote. They have like a promo video if you go on tulsaremote.com. And that was one of the things that I think he was moving from like Colorado or something, but he lived in a big city. And for the price there, you could get like just this little piece of no yard, and they had dogs, and they wanted to have a yard for their dog. And so they were able to get a yard, like 3 times bigger house than what they could get there in Tulsa. So that's just a testament to the affordability.
Yeah. Another thing that's really cool about Tulsa that a lot of people from out of state are shocked by is that kids still play outside.
They do, yeah.
And so you can go into neighborhoods where you see children out riding bikes and walking their dogs and having a good time outside playing, ball or whatever.
Yep.
And, a lot of people from like the West Coast they just marvel at that because, they didn't let their kids play outside. Everybody was scared, I guess. But yeah, it's kind of a throwback to another time, a more innocent time. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I think it's great. I mean, I definitely would say I feel safe in pretty much every area of town.
I do too.
I mean, no one's going out at night in a dark alley, just be normal. But I mean, during the day, I can't say I've ever really felt unsafe anywhere in Tulsa.
Yeah.
I think, a lot of the neighborhoods too, especially the Midtown area, but even in South Tulsa too, most neighborhoods, a lot of trick-or-treaters during the holidays.
Absolutely.
Block parties, they'll get together and do some like cookouts, and it's not uncommon to have neighborhoods do that. 4th of July
is usually a big deal in neighborhoods.
Yeah. I think it's great. So if you've been considering it, obviously watch some of the other videos on the channel. There is so much to do in Tulsa. We just recently did a video on the botanical gardens, which is another amazing thing. So if you're into gardening, obviously we have that. But even like the Tulsa Home and Garden Show, there's a lot of local like flea markets that pop up.
The Philbrook Museum is amazing. I mean, they bring in art exhibits that are world-class art exhibits that travel all over the world. And
they even had like just recently Rembrandt and Monet was there.
Yes, they've brought in a lot of neat stuff. So that's a great little resource we have here that, I always find it really fun to be a tourist in your own town. And so I'm a big fan of stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, I would say even myself, like I've only lived here since 2015, but I feel like I'm always learning more little cool places to go that I didn't know were there. And so just getting out there and exploring is always an adventure.
Yeah.
So really cool. Obviously, if you're Tulsa remote, they have co-working spaces available for you. Even if you're not Tulsa remote, there's a lot of that stuff. If you need that kind of more, I would say it's like social life stuff. It's great for commercial investing. A lot of people have startups in Tulsa. It was actually named one of the #1 best places to start a business by Inc. magazine not too many years ago.
Right.
So really whatever you're into, I think you're getting the gist of it, whether it's outdoor stuff, you're a foodie, artsy, community involvement, music. They have something for everybody in Tulsa. And if you haven't been considering making a move here, definitely look into it. Watch the videos on the channel. And of course, reach out to us. We'd be happy to help you make that smooth move. And Randi Wright is an amazing home lender as well. So if you need financing, all of our information will be in the description. And of course, comment below if there's something we talked about that you love about Tulsa that maybe we didn't cover. Love to make more videos on that, and obviously share your experiences of what you've enjoyed about Tulsa if you are a Tulsa native. And we will see you in the next video.